All right, guys, I got a couple days where I don't need to drive my truck. So I'm gonna take on kind of a big project here. I'll show you what we're doing. It's dark outside, so bear with me. Let's see if I can turn the light on. We're gonna tackle taking these lights out of the mirrors, and we're gonna do some modding on them, and we're gonna put in these switchback strips in place of the original turn signals that are in the mirrors. What I'm trying to accomplish here is I want the entire front of the truck to be white at night when it's lit up. And right now my turn signal bulbs I've replaced with the last fit switchbacks. My headlights are LED, my fog lights are LED, but my mirror lights are still amber. So I'm trying to get those to be white all the time. And so wish me luck. This is gonna be fun. So we'll start off here. Aim the mirror all the way down. Aim the other mirror all the way down. And we should be able to get behind this lower mirror and just pop it off. Hopefully we don't break it. Oh God. Yep, it popped right off. Scared the crap out of me. But it didn't break. Now we get to do the top mirror. All right, top mirror came off, no problem. Not sure how it's gonna go back on, we'll see. Got the adjustments in there. And then mine only had these two wire connections here, which go right there, and that's the defrosted mirrors. So far so good. Now we're gonna pop out these 4 T15 bolts. There, there, and there. And then we can go ahead and pull this front cover off. And when we do, it's gonna pop this loose. So you're gonna wanna hold on to this so it doesn't fall on the ground. All right, front shroud and the little lower side shroud are off. Now we want to remove these 4 T15s that hold the motor in. One little electrical connector on the back, and then we've got the motor out for the mirror. Now we've got 3 more T15s we've got to remove. This one here, I'll zoom out so you can see where they're at in the mirror. We've got one right there. Let's see here. One right there, and then one up behind there. So this one, and this one back here. Now that we got those out, we've got one last connector, and it's right here. Right there, that's the connector for the actual light that we're gonna be removing. So we'll go ahead and pop that off. So for this part, you're gonna wanna have your mirror basically like halfway out. So the mirror can pop out, right, to extend. So you wanna have it about halfway towards the left, and that'll give you a gap. So you can take this shroud, move it back out of the way, and we can create some separation right there, and we can pop this factory light out and take it out. A couple seconds later, and we got it out. You can see now the fun begins, because we get to try to bust this thing open and figure out how we're going to make this work. All right, the next part of this is going to involve a little bit of cooking. I'll clean my toaster oven off here. Ooh, that's disgusting. So we're going to want to bake this lens at a very low temperature, but hot enough to where we can create some separation in this adhesive that holds the lens onto the backer. All right, wish me luck. We got it on less than 200 degrees bake. We'll see what it does. All right, while that's baking, speaking of baking, check out what I just got. Oh, it's been a while. I've got a charcoal grill and I've got a griddle, and I can't stand pellet grills, but I wanted a smoker. And so I bought this. It's actually a charcoal grill, but it's got this hole in the side. And I also got this bad boy here, which is a side firebox. So we're gonna set this up tomorrow. See, that's how it works there. We're gonna set it up tomorrow, and I've got a pork butt that I'm gonna smoke. We're gonna have it on Christmas Day, and I'm hoping to let it cook for like 12 hours. And so I'm excited. I'm gonna make my own rub, make my own sauce. We're going to do some experimenting. I used to work at a barbecue restaurant when I was young. And this is probably 20, no, I'm 37. This is probably 15 years ago. And so I remember a little bit from that, but it was a much bigger scale commercial smoker and whatnot. So I'm excited to try it out. There it is right there. This thing is 8 pounds, 8.27 pounds. It's gonna be good. If you guys want to keep up with that, you can follow me on Instagram at Leaman Griffin, and I'll post updates about that. Okay, about 10 minutes at almost 300 degrees, and we got it separated. Got to be very careful though. Ended up cracking it just a little bit. I think I just put too much pressure on it. Just got a second one there. Most of that is going to be behind my factory housing though, so you won't see it. You can see here's the insides. Be very careful if you're going to take this apart. I cannot guarantee that it won't crack on you. Do that at your own risk. So we got the housing taken apart. This little piece snaps off. You can see the little reliefs right there. You can just pop it off. Once that's out, then this little bit here that lives behind that lip, you can pull that out, and then the light bar comes out. And all this is, the LEDs shine right there into those little pins on the end. You can see there's just 2 little chips in there. And so they shine right into the end of these light bars, and it just projects the light through them. All right, we've got the housing completely taken apart, and I cleaned the lens and got all the glue off of it, and then washed it to remove the soap. I'm debating painting everything but the 2 strips. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna look at some pictures and figure out what I wanna do. We're gonna try to figure out how to get these LED strips mounted in here the right way. I think what I'm gonna do is some 2-part epoxy just to hold it. I've got channels here where you can see where the strips need to run, and I can always reference my lens like that. So I'm gonna epoxy the LED strips in there, and then the chrome and black background difference. I think what I'm gonna do, once they're epoxied in there, I'm gonna tape them off and then paint. And that way everything except for the LED strips is black. And I went back and forth about how to do this. I thought about cutting this, putting it on there and just leaving a cutout where the strip was, but then you'd see the black behind it, and I don't want to do that. So I think this is going to be the best bet. Leave this lens clear, paint everything else behind it, and I may end up painting this lens, everything except for the 2 strips in the middle. I may end up painting them black as well. Not sure yet, but for sure going to paint this black once I get the LEDs in there. We've got 1 strip epoxied in place. It's all lined up with the housing. So when the housing's on like that, the strip is right in the middle. And we're going to do something to make it to where you don't see the LEDs like that too. I'm debating how to do it, but the gist of it is I think I'm going to put another one of these like diffused housings behind there over top of the LED strip, just so you can't see it as much. Not sure yet. Got both strips glued in now, and we will wrap it up for the night. I'm gonna let this cure, and then in the morning we'll tape it off and paint everything black. Now the glue's set, and we've got masking tape to cover up everything that we don't want to paint. I'm actually masking off the glue surfaces too for the lens, so that when I put the adhesive on there, it doesn't come off easy because of the thin paint. So it's all masked off. Also have the wiring. Just use some hot glue, fed it out the back. I've got the harness coming out right there. And I've got the strips taped off everywhere that I want the light to come through. So basically all this that you see here will be black, so it'll kind of disappear. The only thing I'm still unsure about is this lens. I think what I'm going to do is paint this, temporarily assemble it, power it up, see how it looks, and then I'll decide if I want to paint the lens or not. All right, check that out. All painted. Now I painted it flat black because all my mirror stuff is flat black. I don't have any gloss black on the mirror. and I don't want that to be the only thing that's shiny. So as this dries, it will dull up a little bit. But as you can see, now the two strips are really the only thing that stand out. Look at that. All right, so we've got a little bit of work to do today. It's Christmas Eve, so I'm not want to be down here all day, but I want to get this one side wrapped up, and then I can finish this video. I'm not going to video both sides for you guys. It's the same thing. Just take whatever you did on the first side, do it on the second side. Again, this is a little more invasive than the typical stuff we do, so please do at your own risk. Do a bunch of research, check everything out, make sure you understand what you're doing, you have the capability to do it before you try it. Don't call me or message me or whatever and say that you broke your car. That's unfortunately going to be on you. So we're going to try to reassemble the housing today, and I was struggling with what to do to make it a little more diffused so you can't see the LED bulbs, because I really don't want, when you put the housing back on, I don't want it to look like two strips right there with the orange and yellow bulbs. I really don't want to paint this housing, because once I do, there's no going back. So I think I found a solution. So my wife and I run a vinyl business. Let's see if I can turn this on. There we go. And we have this thing called transfer tape. And transfer tape is what you put over top of a decal, so that you can peel it back and then apply it to the surface. Then you peel this transfer tape off. It is also opaque. It's like a diffused but transparent film. See, when you look through it, you can't really tell what's behind it. So I'm going to cut some of this and see how it works over top of the LEDs. Well, unfortunately, it really didn't do anything at all. We need something a lot more diffused. I mean, you can see it did something, but you can still see the bulb, so that's not going to work. All right, I think we got the solution. Got some extra diffusers, and we epoxied them on top of the LED strip. So as you can see, it's nice and diffused. You can't really see the bulbs as well as you could. And when I say as well as you could, this is before. So
do you need a screwdriver?
Now it should look nice and opaque, I guess you could say. So we'll let that cure for a while, and then we'll start getting our lens put back on. All right, we got the lens back on, and now we just got to let it cure. And I'm debating, I really think, I don't know, I'm gonna test fit it in the mirror back and then see how it looks. If there's too much of this other stuff showing, I'll probably end up painting it satin black, but we'll see. Oh, so close. All right, so now we're prepping the wiring harness. See, we got the connector here. We went ahead and cut it off, and we've got 3 wires. Come on, focus. We've got the red wire, the blue wire, and the black wire. Black wire is your ground, blue wire is your driving light, red wire is your turn signal. So we're gonna wire black up to this, we're gonna wire the white LED to the blue wire, and we're gonna wire the amber LED to the red wire. All right, wires are prepped. See, we got our female ends on this side, on the truck side, all heat shrinked. And then over here, we've got these ends prepped. Same thing, we've got our male connectors on. I put these connectors on because I wanted to be able to remove it, and I didn't want to make it permanent and solder it together. So now you'll be able to take these in and out if you need to replace them or change them or fix them or whatever you need to do.
Do you see all the scars on it?
Pretty cool. All right, got it all done and put back together. Check this out. Woo. And that's during the day. Can't imagine how bright that's going to be at night. Looks really good from the front too. I'm gonna hit the turn signal. The only problem is this thing has like a built-in flasher. So when the truck hits its turn signals, it doesn't stay on as long. You'll see here. It kind of flashes quickly. So that's kind of annoying, but it'll be all right. There you have it. I'm not gonna do the other side because the other side is exactly the same as this side. So I will, though, I'll show you what it looks like at night. We'll go inside, let it get dark, and then I'll come back out here and let you see it at night so you can see the difference between the amber on this side, which you can't even hardly see, and the driver's side. All right, it's nighttime. This is Christmas lights. Christmas Eve. We're gonna see how this looks. Woo! Man. So bright. Looks good. One mirror missing still. We're working on that one right now. I like it. And it diffused pretty well. You really can't tell until you get right up on it. All right, guys, there you have it. Switchback LED mirror turn signal install on the 2020-2021 2500 HD. That's a lot to say. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I haven't done the other side yet. I've actually got the mirror taken apart right there on my counter, and I'll be doing that tonight and tomorrow. But same concept. So I'll post an Instagram picture whenever it's done so you can see the full thing. But again, I appreciate you guys for watching and subscribing. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button so you guys keep up with new videos. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve now. Tomorrow morning, take the day off. Enjoy it with family. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you back for the next one.